Let's read from the book of Luke. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And all went to be taxed, every one into his own city.
And Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judea unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David.
To be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished, that she should be delivered.
And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. Isn't this a nice story to read at Christmas time?
Ah, the Christmas season, all the trees and the decorations and the singing, and a reminder of God's love with no strings attached. It just makes you feel good all over.
And with all of our children home for dinner tonight, nothing can spoil this wonderful, wonderful season.
The smell of pumpkin pie. Mom makes the best. The greatest fruit of Christmas, the pumpkin.
We learned in school the pumpkin is a vegetable. Or is it the tomato is a fruit? No, it was the pumpkin. Or was it the mango? Who cares? I want a piece of pumpkin pie with whipped cream on top.
Fruit, meat, or vegetable, the first piece is mine.
No, me.
I called it first.
You got the first piece last time. Mom, Eddie's not being fair.
I'll flip you for it.
You're wrong. I call heads.
I win?
Yeah, but I get to light the Advent candles.
Well, when is Billy going to be home from college? I can't wait to see how his first semester went.
I hope soon. He's bringing home a girlfriend, too. Ooh, that's them. Uncle Hobart. I thought it would be Billy.
And I was hoping for one of the Rockettes. Stick that lower lid back in. Looks like we're both just going to have to settle for what we get. Besides, I'm here for a piece of your mom's pumpkin pie. Smell it already.
You'll have to wait your turn. Eddie won the right to the first bite.
Oh, Hobart.
Just a little
Oh, no, go away. You'll have to wait till after dinner.
Come on, Mom, just a little taste.
No samples.
Eddie, find your mother. Oh, Hobart, I didn't hear you come in.
Warren, Merry Christmas. You know I wouldn't miss Christmas dinner. Besides, I can't wait to see Billy. We had a good semester at college.
He's bringing home a friend, a girlfriend.
Is that so? Well, what's she like?
Well, he hadn't said much about her. I think her name is Brianna.
I'm sure she's very nice.
I'll bet she's pretty.
With Billy?
Oh, must be them. It's just Todd and Elise.
Merry Christmas to you too, Kathy.
We thought you were going to be Billy.
No, just me and Santa wannabe here. There's Billy.
Kathy! Didn't I tell you there'd be pumpkin pie? Hey, Mom.
Billy.
Okay, everyone. Formal introductions. This is my new friend, Brianna Malloy. She's a junior in political science.
Brianna, I'm Martha, Billy's mom. Welcome to our home.
And I'm Warren. Some of these folks here call me Dad. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's very nice to meet both of you.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, family. Must be fuzzy from that pumpkin pie breeze. Okay, Brianna. This is my brother Todd, his wife Elise,
Hi.
my little sister Kathy, brother Eddie. You've already met my parents. Finally, good old Uncle Hobie.
Real name's Hobart. It's a pleasure to meet you, my dear.
We call him Hobie because he is one cool cat. Isn't that right?
That's what we call him, Hobie? I don't know. I we just made it up.
Well, now that we're all friends, why don't we sit down and get better acquainted?
Yeah, come on, everybody. We've got about an hour before the turkey's ready. I want to hear how your semester's going.
Well, I'd like to hear more about Brianna. Like, well, how did you guys meet? Was it community service?
Actually, we met in a debate workshop. We were on opposite sides.
Yep, I knew it. Every relationship begins with an argument.
What I would like to know is who won the debate and what was it about? Oh, did our Billy sway you with his boyish charm?
Billy.
Well, I tried, but actually, she won hands down. Brianna can be pretty persuasive. In fact, I think you may be looking at a future senator or something.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. But I want to hear more about how Brianna's captured our Billy's heart this way.
Are you really interested in this?
What if
You
you
know,
don't
there are
study
things
it?
that you must follow.
Wait, stop already. Hold it. Now, don't scare Brianna off before she gets a chance to catch her breath. Let's leave the interrogation to Mom.
Oh, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Seriously, Brianna, tell us about yourself. Like, where are you from?
Well, my father traveled a lot. He moved us somewhere new every year. We ended up in Bakersfield, California.
Oh, your dad was in the military?
Factory sales rep. Something to do with shoes.
Oh, I see.
Does your family, usually get together for Christmas?
No, we don't get together for any holidays. Actually, my father left home when I was 9. I haven't seen him since.
Brianna, I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be. I'd be satisfied to never see him again.
Brianna studied all over the world. Europe, China, the Far East. She's taught me all sorts of things I've never known before. She's running for class president and she's editor of our school newspaper.
It sounds like you've been very busy this year. But Billy, tell me, what have you been learning in college this year?
You know, philosophy and politics mostly. Some real eye-opening stuff. I'd like to talk to you about Karl Marx and humanism sometime, if that's all right.
But Billy, did you say Marx? Wasn't he the one on that the TV show with Harpo and Lupo?
Todd. That's a different program. Billy, I am familiar with Karl Marx and humanism, but I can't say I would agree with you about their theories being eye-opening.
You know, I was a philosophy major in college. I would love to hear your take.
Oh no, let's not talk about something boring.
Hey.
Mommy said we could sing some Christmas carols.
So I did. It's kind of a tradition around here before the meal. Come on over, everyone. Gather round.
Sing Joy to the World.
Yeah.
There you go.
Enjoy
Enjoy
it.
it.
Except for
Come on.
that.
Okay, let's do Joy to the World.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room.
You're not a singer, Brianna?
No, I'm not. And frankly, Christmas carols offend me.
Yep. I saw this coming. Any of y'all see it coming?
Brianna, I'm so sorry.
Listen, I didn't mean any offense. It's just... Maybe we should go.
Wait, no, Brianna, wait. No, you're a guest in our home. Martha, we can skip the Christmas carols for now, can't we?
Sure, let's all sit back down.
Oh, Mom.
What's the matter with Christmas carols anyway? Are you like a Buddhist or something? No, I'm not anything. I have no need to believe in a higher power.
Well, Mom, how about we all have some pie or,
How can you be nothing? Shouldn't you be something? Billy, I told you coming here was a bad idea.
Well, we knew it would take him a while to use the idea, but... Well, Dad, didn't you always tell me to stand up for what I thought was right?
Of course I have, Billy. You know that.
Well, then I think you ought to hear what Brianna has to say.
Well, all right then, Brianna. You say you have no belief in God, but wouldn't you agree that even the study of philosophy and humanism, there is an avenue for the unexplained? I mean, within all logic, there's room for creationism and the supernatural.
Very well said, honey. So how are the dorms? Small, cozy?
But have you ever, just once, considered that this whole Christmas thing might be a 2,000-year-old myth? You seem like intelligent people. Don't you think that Christmas is really for the ignorant and superstitious? Why would anyone celebrate a religion that causes hatred and bigotry all over the world? God is a myth, nothing more.
But Brianna, how can you say that? How can you not believe in God? He's the best thing in this world.
Yeah, what about that? And I'm sure you believe that he knows everything and is all-powerful. But look at the world. At Christmas, parents smile and give presents to their kids. But then the rest of the year, they yell at one another and they teach the kids how to lie and cheat and hate. Why is that?
That, Brianna, is because people try to discuss these large philosophical issues on an empty stomach. So, Mom, is the turkey ready yet? So I can smell it.
Come on, Elise. I mean, even if there is a God, then he must either be unwilling to prevent evil, in which case he's not good, or maybe he can't prevent evil, in which case he's not all-powerful. Or maybe he doesn't know about evil, in which case he doesn't know everything. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Did he say if there is a God? I think he said if.
Look, these are the same standard, worn-out arguments that I've heard before. When I was in college, this is nothing new.
But think about this. How can there be a being that is all-knowing, all-loving, and all-caring, and the world be in the shape it's in? Logically, there can be no God. No Buddha, no Muhammad, no Allah, no Jesus, and no Christmas. Religion is based on myths and folklore.
Brianna, what about all the wonders of nature and the universe? Surely that tells you about a creative God.
No, Dad. Man is the one who's creative. People just invented religion to explain the mysterious and to suppress the ignorant and less fortunate. Today's modern world, it's science, technology, and politics. That's what our future depends on.
Oh, man, this is not going to end well.
I mean, intelligent people know we're in a post-religious era now. We have a chance to base our lives on truths rather than on superstitions. Now, wouldn't that be a better world?
See, what you're talking about now, Billy, is called relativism. A world without any concrete value, where people believe just what they want to believe. What you would get is a world without any caring, honesty, or morality. You'd get a world without any real love or hope.
And no Christmas?
Honey, did we save the receipts for Billy's gifts?
I don't like all this talk.
Me either. Excuse me, I need to get some air.
Billy, you weren't taught to believe like this. Surely you don't believe this, do you?
Mom, I can't just blindly follow the myths that I believed as a kid.
What, the myths?
Make peace with your God. I've made it with mine.
But you don't have one.
And are you sure you do?
Hey, Billy, I don't know what to say.
I'm sorry, Mom. It's just that I can't live the lie anymore. I'm 18 now. I have got to think for myself.
Billy.
Well, that sure was festive. So how about we all go get some eggnog or something? Well, bro, that went well.
I didn't hear you come up.
Yeah, I'm like that. Sort of a human stealth bomber. So, where's your friend?
She took a walk. Said she needed some time to think.
Well, if she'd have thought sooner, we wouldn't be out here in the cold. We'd be inside by the fire sipping eggnog.
What's that supposed to mean?
You know what that's supposed to mean. Come on, Bit. It's just me and you out here right now. Did you at any point think about the impact of your little entrance here tonight?
I thought if religion came up, it might get a little rough.
If religion came up, Well, you're right. I mean, how could religion come up? It's only, what, Christmas, the celebration of Christ's birth. You're right. I mean, how could religion or faith enter into that?
I guess I should have thought more, huh?
Should have thought more? Dude, how about thinking at all? Okay, look at it this way. Christmas it's like the Super Bowl of faith. Right? No, listen. And you come home with the opposing team, and yet you still expect cheerleaders.
Maybe it got a little bit out of hand.
Just a bit.
Yeah. But I have never known Mom and Dad to be so close-minded.
Mom and Dad Dude, look at me. Are you stoned or are you stupid? This is incredible. You come home from one semester in college, and in 15 minutes, you're able to rip through the very fiber of everything that Mom and Dad hold dear. The source of their identity, the cornerstone of their life, you just announced was a lie. How else are they going to react to that, man? Gee, I never thought of that. You must be right, Billy. After all, you're a college boy now.
Well, I did expect rational conversation. I mean, Mom, Dad, you, Elise, you're all educated people. And Uncle Hobart, come on, he taught at the university.
So that's the litmus test then? Education? Billy, some of the dumbest people in the world have the most degrees. Okay, and believe me, hell, it will have its fair share of PhDs. You know, I've heard that that knowledge is power. Well, you've turned it into stupidity.
Because I disagree with you.
No, because your reasoning, what's-her-face's reasoning, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, take a look around. Now, how could this world just happen? You think that out of absolute nothingness, the world just poof, appeared. And that by some random chance, the earth was created, and on it, somehow a lake of primordial goo formed, and all the atoms and all the molecules and the genetics just happened to fall into place to create this complicated, complex world that we live in? Now that, little brother, is creative thinking.
But Todd, everything isn't black and white. I mean, there are grays to consider.
True. But when gray is all that you've got, it makes for a pretty dull canvas.
But at least you know where I stand.
Yeah. It's called quicksand.
So, what's going on out here?
No, nothing. Just waxing philosophically, cool cat.
Room for another waxer?
Take my slot. I've lost the will to spar. It's not the coolest cube in the chest, bro, but I love you.
What was that all about?
Classic Todd. So, Mom sent you out here to save me from my wicked ways?
No, Billy. I couldn't do that if I wanted to.
Uncle Hobart, don't start.
Billy, there's nothing to start. No one can convince you of the reality of God but God. I can tell you what I believe, But that's it. The rest is up to you and him. Besides, you made a lot of sense in there.
I did?
Oh, yeah, there was truth in what you had to offer.
I told Todd that you would understand.
See, that's the key. You combine just enough truth with a big enough lie and the wise will fall. Because man wants to hear what man wants to hear.
I got you. Had me going there for a second. I thought you understood.
Well, I understand, Billy. You think I didn't have the same kind of thoughts when I was your age? Back then it was all about existentialism. Life has no inherent meaning. Our existence is meaningless. Thank God it was a passing fad. I didn't learn to love God because some inspired argument answered all my questions. I came to love God when I learned He loves me unconditionally, even when I'm full of sin and doubt and confusion. You keep searching, Billy. You keep asking questions. You'll find out the truth for yourself.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're all right.
Oh, but one thing, Uncle Hobart. What if I am right?
That's worth pondering, Billy. Billy, what if you're wrong?
Oh, I'll get it. It's a strange woman.
Hello, my name is Margaret Evans, and I'm with the Government Census Bureau. If I may take a moment of your time this afternoon, I'd like to ask you a few questions about a certain person who lives here, if that's okay. I'm not disturbing you, am I? Something smells wonderful. What are you having for dinner?
Dinner. Move on. This survey lady from the government wants to ask you some questions about turkey that we're having for dinner.
Turkey? Oh, the turkey. I forgot the turkey. I'll be right back. Well, I need to ask a few questions about the head of the household, a Mr. Warren Harold Cotton, I believe. Who could best answer those questions for me?
Okay. Here's my mom, Martha Cotton. She knows everything.
Well, I see. This will only take a moment, and just so you know, nothing you say will be traced back to this house. All answers are strictly confidential. So please answer freely, understood? Sure, but could we make it quick? The turkey's almost ready. Yes, very well then, let's begin. Question number 1. Where was he born? Born? A farm, I guess. And specifically, do you know what state? Arkansas? A lot of turkeys were born in Arkansas. And does he have a job? A what? You know, a job. What does he do for a living? Well, I guess he did have a job to get as fat as possible. Fat as possible. Okay, next question. Is he in good health? In other words, does he have any health-related issues? Good health? He was dead when I got him. Dead? Oh, my, that just won't do. We simply cannot count the dead. Well, when did he die? How should I know? I hope it wasn't too long ago. I hope he's still fresh. Doesn't know the exact date of death. Well, very well. Thank you. You've been most helpful. This concludes our survey, and your government thanks you for your cooperation. It's through assistance like this that we're able to get an accurate census count. And a census? That makes life better for all of us, don't you agree? Thank you again for your time.
What in the world was that?
That was your government tax dollars at work.
Officer Mitchell, what brings you to our home?
I bring you tidings of great joy.
What is it this time?
Well, me and some of the guys down at the station were talking about what we could do for Christmas this year. And we know that Eddie's been in need of that new kidney, and you guys are having a hard time with deductibles. So we got together with the Golden Cross and the Salvation Army, and Eddie has been placed on a kidney transplant list.
A kidney transplant! It's incredible!
Well, we thought it'd be a good Christmas present to make it happen, so we pulled a few strings.
The Lord bless you all.
Thank you, and to yours. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Officer Mitchell. A kidney transplant, it's a miracle. Thank you, Lord.
Why do you thank the Lord? It was Officer Mitchell who made the arrangements.
Well, it was people of good Christian charity who got
Good
together.
Christian charity? That's exactly why religion is so bad. It cares for the privileged and oppresses those that are already oppressed.
Brianna, how can you say that? What about Eddie? He needs the transplant.
Just listen to Brianna. I know it seems strange to us. I mean, it did to me at first too, but she knows what she's talking about.
Billy.
Can't you see how much fairer life would be without religion? Look at all the wars. They're all about religion. Suffering. Millions of people killed. The privileged few get help, while the rest of the world suffers. If we'd all realize that, then the world would be a better place. We'd be rid of unfairness. Everyone would be truly equal.
But what about Christmas and giving gifts?
Christmas is based on a myth, Kathy. Quit being so naive. Can't you
How
see
dare
that?
you say that in this house?
Billy, what's gotten into you?
I think its name is Brianna.
Its name is truth. He knows as well as you do that Christianity is nothing more than a big lie. Fostered and nurtured from generation to generation to cover up the fact that the only thing people really care about is themselves.
Where do you get all these ideas about Christianity? I mean, its entire message is one of hope and love. And treating other people the way that you want to be treated?
That's not what Christmas was in my family. And it all started with that so-called virgin birth. Please. What person in their right mind could believe in such nonsense? It's absurd. If you really care about people, tell them the truth.
You know what? She does have a good point there.
What?
No, listen. Okay, look at Stalin, Lenin, Mao. Those were some together guys who really cared about their people. See, the source of poverty, genocide, ethnic cleansing. How many millions of people did they kill? That makes getting up in the morning a bit of a challenge, doesn't it?
Oh, please. You've got it all wrong. Ask my professors. Anyone with intelligence knows that religion is the cause of hatred and bigotry all over the world. Okay, just look at this. Northern Ireland, the Crusades, the Ku Klux Klan, Bosnia, September 11th. I mean, they're all about religion.
Religion is full of smoke and mirrors. How can educated people remain so ignorant?
You know what I've always wondered is how do the people who think they're the smartest actually the dumbest?
The old shell game. The Savior's here. Wait, maybe here. Shoot, I thought I saw him somewhere. He was here, and then he died. But he rose again, and then he left. Oh, but he's coming back. Or where's the logic in that?
Billy, what about all the good Christians have done? I'm talking about building hospitals, feeding the hungry, caring for the dying, standing up for the oppressed.
The only thing these so-called charities are good for is making the televangelists rich. I say we get rid of all the churches and all the preachers, and we'd all be much better off.
And what about the pedophile priests? The get-rich-quick preachers who line their own pockets? The holier-than-thou evangelists who run off with other men's wives? Even the so-called saints of the Bible were murderers and adulterers, like King David.
But you see, we should never follow anyone's example except Christ.
Amen.
I mean, without him, this world would be evil. But because of his example, millions of people give their lives and resources to help the poor and the oppressed and the sick.
All of that could and should be done by the government, and without bias or discrimination.
All of your so-called saints are hypocrites who care only about their own power and pleasures. They use religion to belittle and crush those who don't believe in their self-satisfying values and religious dogma.
It's sort of like you are using your beliefs to try to belittle and crush Christianity now. So what makes your dogma so much better or different than anyone else's?
That's exactly the kind of closed mind that makes this world a place of hate and bigotry.
Oh, yes. Well, sign me up right now for the love and the peace on your team.
You've got to open up your mind and forget about all these unprovable myths.
You know, it seems inconsistent to say that you believe in finding truth, but reject all ideas but your own.
I don't expect you to be able to understand.
Well, you know.
Come on, guys. Retreat.
What? Retreat?
Why are you trying to match wits with the unarmed? They don't have a leg to stand on.
Can all this stop? I just can't take it anymore.
You're upsetting Eddie.
Why can't we just all get along?
Kathy, would you take Eddie into another room?
Well, we hoped you'd all be willing to listen to reason.
Billy, we are listening, but what you're saying doesn't make any sense. Have you really thought this through? Do you really understand what you're saying?
Yes, I have thought it through, Uncle Hobart. You're a history teacher. You should know better than anyone. Don't you think we'd all be much better off if Jesus Christ had never been born?
Billy, you just shut your mouth right now!
But just think about it. I mean, everything would be so much easier. We wouldn't have these arguments.
Can you really imagine a world without Christ, without Christmas, a world without God?
Can't you imagine a world without religion? No reason to go to war. No greed or hunger. Everyone's sharing. Now, wouldn't that be a better place?
I think we tried that for about 75 years. It was called the Soviet Union. It didn't work then, and it won't work now.
Yeah, I seem to remember that Lenin and Stalin and Khrushchev were known more for hatred and murder than fairness and truth.
They were all misunderstood.
Oh, please.
You're still not opening your minds to all the possibilities.
Billy, can you really picture a world without the love, the hope, the forgiveness that Christ brought to the world?
Love and forgiveness?
Yes.
More like mean hate, superstition, and bigotry.
And you think your world would be such a utopia? I think you'd find out it would be a living hell.
You just can't accept the truth, can you?
Billy, look at me. Is this really the kind of world you want?
Don't fall into his game, Billy.
Billy, is this really what you want?
Yes, that's exactly what I want. And you just wait. You'll see my point of view.
Be careful what you wish for, Billy. When you draw near to God, He'll draw near to you. But when you step away from God, I can't say what might happen. You just might find that your so-called perfect world without God could well become a living nightmare.
I'll read to you excerpts from the Communist Manifesto. On what foundation is the present family, the bourgeois family, based? On capital, on private gain. In its completely developed form, the family exists only among the bourgeoisie. But this state of things finds its complement in the practical absence of the family among proletarians and in public prostitution.
It also says the bourgeois family will vanish as a matter of course when its complement vanishes, and both will vanish with the vanishing of capital. But you say we destroy the most hallowed of relations when we replace home education by social. The bourgeois claptrap about the family and education, about the hallowed correlation of parents and child, becomes all the more disgusting, the more by the action of modern industry.
The proletariat will use its political supremacy to wrest by degree all capital from the bourgeoisie, to centralize all instruments of production in the hands of the state, of the proletariat organized as the ruling class, and to increase the total productive forces as rapidly as possible.
It's a comfort to know that the government cares for our children.
Well, after all, they do know what's best for them.
What's that horrible smell? Ugh, yuck. Are we having beans and onions again? Can't we afford anything better? Why can't Dad get a better job?
You mind your tongue, or
Or what? You touch me and I'll have the police after you in a minute.
mind your tongue.
Mind your tongue.
Oh, Kathy, we should be happy today. Billy's coming home for winter break, and I've even saved enough to get a pound of ground beef for a stew.
At least Billy has the guts to make something of himself. How'd you get the meat? Did you bribe the butcher again?
No, I saved for a month. And I got permission from the neighborhood council. I told him that Billy was coming home and we wanted to celebrate. He's bringing a friend with him, a girlfriend.
I hope he picks someone with connections.
I bet that's them now. Would you get it?
I'm studying. You get it. What am I, the maid?
I'll get it. Hobart?
Warren?
What do you think this is, the circus? You get seen wearing that tie in the streets and they'll put you away as a subversive.
Well, hello to you too, my dear Kathy. I thought this was a happy occasion with Billy coming home. Thought it'd be a chance to celebrate.
They haven't arrived yet.
They? Is he bringing someone home with him?
A girlfriend. I heard they're shacking up together at college. Saves money.
Whatever. They should be here any minute now. I'll get it.
Warren?
Elise?
I was able to gather a few slight provisions for Billy's return home.
Accept our gratitude, Elise. I'm sure it is sufficient.
So where is our young college boy?
Probably trying to choke down enough vodka to be able to return to this hole.
You mind your tongue, young lady, or you'll be off to work camp.
Oh, Father.
William?
Mother.
Billy!
Everyone, formal introductions. It's my new friend and comrade, Brianna Malloy. She's a political science major and works for the Central Council. Brianna, these are my parents, Warren and Martha. My sister, Kathy. Elise, and she's married to
Oh,
Todd.
was married to. That has all been cleansed and reclassified. Just Elise.
Pleasure, comrades.
And my name is Hobart, but you can call me...
No disrespect intended. But why are non-family members present?
We're all family.
You have the paperwork authorizing this gathering outside of a public hall?
Assuredly.
Gathering to acknowledge return of dependents and guests. Everything seems to be in order.
So tell us about yourself, comrade. The Central Council?
Hang on a minute. Where's Todd?
There is no Todd.
How can there be no Todd? I mean, I went away to college for 3 months with an older brother, and I returned home, and you tell me there's no Todd?
Billy, let it go.
Let what go?
Subversive?
Subversive?
Todd was caught reading poetry critical of the government. Sad, isn't it?
Wow, the Central Council. What division? Worker morale. Very important. Factory quotas must be maintained. What factory? Shoes. We make 400 pair a week, but now I've raised the quota. Soon it will be 500 pair a week.
Brianna's hoping to get a permanent appointment on the council, and well, this could do it if she makes the new quota.
That's what this family needs. Someone with clout.
What now, Billy? Enough talk of people who don't exist?
No, it's something else. Something's missing.
I don't see anything that's missing.
Brianna, did you bring on more workers at the factory to increase production?
Efficiency means everyone works harder. All workers must learn to support the will of the country. You do believe in supporting the country's best interest, don't you, comrade?
Of course I do.
Workers who do not comply are punished. It's all a matter of morale. In fact, we know that tomorrow night there will be a secret meeting of dissidents. They'll get the surprise of their lives. They're very short lives. Do you mean very clean, very quick, and guaranteed to halt any opposition to the new quotas? I planned it myself. You watch and see how this raises efficiency at the factory.
Hang on a minute. I know what's missing. Where's Eddie?
Eddie?
My brother, Eddie?
What's the matter with you, Billy? I sent you a letter last month and told you we had to put Eddie down.
What? I never got any letter. What do you mean?
They couldn't fix his kidneys, and the treatments were just too expensive. It was the most humane thing to do.
They call it survival of the fittest.
You mean Eddie's dead? You killed him like a dog because he was sick?
They made it painless for him. He didn't suffer.
Seems a real shame, doesn't it, Billy? Human life is so cheap.
But what about getting Eddie help? What about the kidney transplant programs at Baylor or Methodist or Presbyterian Hospital?
What are you talking about, Billy? I never heard of those hospitals. A Methodist hospital? A pedestrian hospital? What are you talking about?
Billy, are you all right? I think he has a fever. I think he's sick.
Billy, you know there's only one county hospital, and they said Eddie was a hopeless case. There was nothing they could do. We had no choice. We had to put him down.
But what about the kidney transplant list?
You must be sick. Who ever heard of a kidney transplant? What are they teaching you in college?
I think he's sick.
Uncle Hobart?
Yes, Billy?
I don't feel very well. Something here isn't right. Something...
I told you, he's sick.
Listen, comrades, to excerpts from the Affirmations of Humanism, a statement of principles. We are committed to the application of reason and science to the understanding of the universe and to the solving of human problems. We deplore efforts to denigrate human intelligence, to seek to explain the world in supernatural terms, and to look outside nature for salvation. We affirm humanism as a realistic alternative to theologies of despair and ideologies of violence, and as a source of rich personal significance and genuine satisfaction in the service to others.
What does that mean?
It means that you've got to listen to me and do what I tell you to do. If there's a problem, I can solve it for you. If you're unsure of yourself, I'll tell you what to do. Do you understand?
No one leave this room. This is official government business. Do you understand?
Excuse me, but what is this all about?
This is about the ground beef the family is using. I must survey the food preparer to find out about its use.
It's okay. She just needs to do a brief survey with Martha. Please cooperate fully. Mrs. Cotton?
Is this your husband?
Yes. Oh, just one moment. I smell the stew boiling over.
What was this about?
A simple survey about the family's possession of 1 pound of ground beef. If it is determined they are misusing it in any way, you may all be investigated and incarcerated. Do you understand?
I'm sorry, you were asking about Warren.
Yes, number one, what do you intend on doing with the item at tonight's meal?
The item, well, that's kind of a funny way to talk.
Well, he'll be at dinner, of course. Well, he. You call it he. Very well. How long ago did you acquire this item?
23 years ago as of November 15.
November 15. And was it fresh when you received it?
Oh, I'd say he's very fresh the first time, but I slapped him and he's better after that.
Very fresh. Of course, it was government issued. And where did you acquire it?
Well, it was on a bus going down McKinney Avenue, and I was standing up, and when we hit a bump, I just kind of fell on top of him.
Fell on top. Very well, I have written down all of your answers. The local justice board will scrutinize this evidence. In all fairness and equity, if they determine that any of your answers are inaccurate in any way, you will all be subject to investigation and incarceration. Do I make myself clear?
Well, I think you may have misunderstood.
I understand nothing. It is not my job to understand. The answers speak plainly for themselves. Good day. I have other surveys to do.
I'll have the report destroyed. I have friends on the council. Don't be concerned.
Oh, Officer Mitchell, what brings you to our home?
Now what?
I've got a report here from the council that this family has a pound of ground beef. Don't you know this is a restricted food? You have paperwork for it?
It was just somebody
That
else.
lady-
So you have the paperwork for it.
Yeah, it's right here. It's signed and everything.
What does this meat to be used for?
Our son is home for winter break, and we thought we'd celebrate.
Celebrate? You thought you'd celebrate? This is a cold winter and soldiers can use this meat. What makes this family so special?
Well, I saved for a month.
This signature here? Smudged? I can't read it.
It's not.
Could have been forged. I may have to confiscate this item until this is resolved. You can all be arrested for this incident. Let's.
I think we can work something out.
Something may be able to be worked out. Your paperwork appears to be in order. Celebrate. What kind of people are these?
Oh, I'm glad that's over with.
So, Brianna, tell us more about the workers' meetings. How did you find out about it?
We had an informer infiltrate their meetings. He gave us the word yesterday. They're meeting in a clearing in the woods at midnight to discuss so-called workers' rights. At precisely 12:15, a police squad will surround them. Not one of them will ever cause a problem again. Very clean, very quick.
So this is how you handle worker morale?
Why do they all have to be killed? I mean, couldn't they just be warned?
Billy, I keep telling you, you're so naive. Once a criminal, always a criminal. You got to weed out the bad ones so that only the good ones remain.
Yeah, like Todd.
There is no Todd.
That will be enough, Billy.
And what was Eddie's crime? Oh yeah, sickness.
They call it survival of the fittest.
It's a sad but true fact. The government must come first. I mean, without their control, we'd just all live in anarchy.
It's a hard life, Billy. No one ever said it would be easy.
I want to be a member of the council when I grow up.
Worthy plans, Kathy. Study and devotion to the government will deliver governed with the ability to govern.
The nation's pledge of action.
It would be nice to have a member of the family on the council.
Hang on a minute. What's the matter with everyone? I mean, where's the love? Where's the caring? Where's the compassion in all this?
Love and compassion. Where do you get ideas like that?
You're starting to sound just like your brother.
Which one? The subversive or the sick one? Or does it matter? They're journeying in at the same door.
You mind your tongue, young man. The government is supreme and beyond reproach. We either obey the government or we face the punishment. And that's all there is to it.
Hobart, surely you know what's going on here. What's the matter with everyone?
Yes, Billy, life is indeed difficult. Sometimes things happen that you don't understand. Sometimes you make a wish, your wish comes true.
My wishes?
I have a vague memory of you making a wish.
What do you mean?
Well, if I remember right, this is just the kind of world you wish for. No religion, everything is fair. The government will take care of the people. There's no need for compassion. Logic and reason are supreme. And everyone is equal. In theory, though those in power seem a little more equal than others.
Hold on. Do you mean to tell me that I wished for this?
Isn't it odd how sometimes our dreams become nightmares?
No, it's all wrong!
What's the matter, Billy?
What's the matter with everyone? This isn't how it's supposed to be.
Calm down, Billy. You know what I told you.
Something's gone terribly wrong. I just know it.
Someone's been filling your head with lies. Don't give in to it.
Remember, Billy, sometimes your dreams become true. Is this the kind of utopia you dreamed it would be?
So it's your Uncle Hobart that's been feeding you these lies. Don't listen to him, Billy.
Hobart? I mean, you know.
I see it now. Hobart's subversive.
No!
Kathy, go get the police. We'll put a quick stop to this.
Hobart, please, you've got to help me. Dad? Mom? Anybody? Somebody's got to help me.
What's the meaning of this?
I don't know. Something scared me.
There's nothing to fear. The government will keep you safe. I'll see to that. Trust me.
I feel strange. I feel like I'm not supposed to be here, or like I'm supposed to be somewhere else.
Wake up, Billy. This is the way life should be. This is what reality is all about. Now come to your senses, or you'll end up like your brother Todd.
But what if I'm wrong? What if you're wrong?
I'm not wrong.
But what if you are? What if God is real?
Don't
What if
even say that. What right do you have to say that? Never speak of God again, do you hear me? Never.
But how do you know that you're right?
I know, okay? I just know.
What do any of us really know anyway?
I'll tell you what I know. I know what it's like to be hurt, to be hated by God. I will never let him hurt me again. Never.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound
Hobart, what's the matter with everyone?
that saved a wretch like me.
Something's crazy. This isn't how it's supposed to be.
I once was lost, but now I am found.
You've got to help me. Is there any way back?
Was blind, but now I see.
I'm worried about Billy. I don't know what's gotten into him. I think he's got a fever. Don't you think we should call a doctor?
I can't risk it. He might get us reported to the Central Council, and there goes my pension.
Lighten up, Billy. You should be happy. Don't you see? This is the way life should be. No superstition. No God to hurt you or hate you.
No love? No compassion? No caring?
Don't be silly. Those things don't exist. All the world needs is equality and truth.
Uncle Hobart, I know you know what's going on here. Please, how can I get my life back the way it was?
Really, there's nothing I can do. It's always been your choice. Each person has to decide for themselves. I can't make that decision for you.
Billy, he's a fool. Don't listen to him. You've made your decision. Now stick with it.
Enough of this kind of talk. We'll all feel better after we've had something to eat.
Warren, come help me with the dinner.
Billy, no one can make this decision for you. You'll have to decide for yourself. God is offering you His grace and forgiveness.
It's a lie. There is no God. It's the biggest lie in the world. You know that in your heart. He'll only hurt you. Think about standards and equity and efficiency.
Where's the love in that? This world is dark and cold and impersonal. How can there be any real fairness or happiness without God?
Don't you see, Billy? Without God, values are arbitrary. Everyone does what's right in their own eyes.
Logic is the only way to set standards. Everything else is unfair.
But should life be ordered by logic or love?
What is love?
Christ came into the world at Christmas to show us how to love, to show us how to have compassion for the poor, even if it's not profitable or efficient. He showed us that God loves us no matter how poor or wealthy, weak or strong or intelligent we are. That's why we celebrate Christmas.
What's Christmas?
Oh, you remember Christmas, Billy?
Christmas.
Try to remember.
Christmas.
Don't listen to him, Billy.
You remember Christmas, Billy? Joseph went up from Galilee with Mary, his espoused wife. She brought forth her firstborn son. She wrapped him in swaddling clothes. She laid him in a manger.
Because there was no room for them in the inn.
That's right, Billy.
Yes, I remember. And an angel said unto them, Behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy. For unto you this day, born in the city of David, is a Savior, Christ the Lord. Yes, I remember.
But what are you going to do about it, Billy?
I don't know. Maybe I should pray.
Stop! Stop! It's all wrong!
How can God's love be wrong?
You don't know what you're doing. Stop it! Stop! Stop it! Don't hit me again, Daddy. Please don't hit me again.
What was that all about?
Leave me alone.
I want to know what that was about.
It happened a long time ago, okay? None of your business.
Stop right now. Please. What went on in there?
That's exactly what Christmas is to me. It's about hurt, anger.
What do you mean?
He slapped me. He broke the snow globe that Santa Claus gave me.
He what? Well, who?
God.
I'm not following you.
Okay. You want to know what happened? I'll tell you. When I was 9 years old, my father was God to me. He told me he loved me, gave me presents. He could do no wrong. Until that Christmas Eve.
What happened?
Came home drunk. Parents got into a fight. My mom accused him of living with some woman in Idaho. She told him to leave. My daddy got mad, and he pulled down the Christmas tree and stomped all over it. I tried to stop him, but he took my snow globe and he threw it against the wall. Broke. Went everywhere. I cried and I screamed, and he hit me. That's when I found out what God was really like. How can he do that?
But your father wasn't God. God is God.
That's when I found out the truth. I told him I hated him. I told him I never wanted to see him again. That's how I know there is no God. He's like my father. He hurts people.
No, people hurt people. But God
I'll never believe in God again. I'll never let him hurt me again. I hate him.
But that wasn't God. God still loves you.
God could never love me. Even if he did exist, After what I felt? After what I've done? He'd never love me. He'd never love me. We'd all be better off without him. Kathy, what are you doing? You were supposed to get a police officer. We've got to get rid of Hobart before he does any more damage.
Officer Mitchell, I saw him outside. He'll be in here in a minute.
Good. Tell us that thing's right. Billy, listen to me. This nightmare will be over soon. Everything will be back to normal. We've got to resist.
God, please bring my family back to me. Please bring Eddie and Todd back. I know I was lost, but please, just help me to find you again.
Stop, Billy. You don't know what you're doing. God will not take you back. He hates us.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
Merry Christmas!
Eddie, is it really you? You brought him back.
That's not all I brought. Come help me, Billy.
Stop, Billy. You don't know what you're doing. They're playing mind games with you. They'll never accept you back. Arrest that man. He's a subversive.
Oh, look, we got a tree. That's great.
It's here.
Oh, that's what we need.
Careful.
Oh,
this
this
is
is great.
wonderful.
Todd,
Look, we got presents too. Oh, a star. Look up on the top.
You think this matters now? You think this makes any difference?
Would you like it? It's yours. It's a gift.
No, I can't take it.
But it's a gift. There's no strings attached. Why can't you take it?
What are you trying to do? I told you how I felt about God. He broke apart my family and I never want to see him again. He could have stopped it, but he didn't.
But your father wasn't God. God is God.
If there ever was a God, why do people get hurt? Why do they cry and get sick and die? Why do families break apart? If he's God, why can't he just wave a wand and make everything okay?
Because God isn't Santa Claus. He's not the tooth fairy. He's not your fairy godmother. He never promised that life would be without problems. But he did promise to stand beside us when problems arise. He wants to heal you all the hurts of your past. And he wants to help you to understand his love. If you'll just let him.
You're wrong. How could God love someone like me?
Oh, he loves us the way we are. His love is a gift. It's his greatest gift. That's part of why we celebrate Christmas. Take his gift of love. There's no strings attached.
I don't know. It's too hard. It's asking too much.
Come on, Brianna. Maybe we could celebrate Christmas together this year. Well, let's at least give it a try.
We'd love for you to celebrate with us.
Wait. You want me to stay? After everything I've said and done?
We'd like you to stay.
I'm not sure. I still have questions.
But that's okay. Come to God with your questions and your doubts. Brianna, let God be your Father. He wants to heal you of all those troubles of your past. And he wants to give you a future full of hope, joy, and purpose. All you have to do is accept his gift. God will do the rest.
Come on, Brianna. The dinner's almost ready.
You really want me to stay?
Do I smell pumpkin pie? Mom, you make the best pumpkin pie in the world. This is the part of Christmas I like the most.
Pumpkin pie? We learned in school the pumpkin is a vegetable. Or is it the tomato is a fruit? No, it was the pumpkin. Or was it the mango? Who cares? I want a piece of pumpkin pie with whipped cream on top.
Fruit, meat, or vegetable, the first piece is mine.
No meat.
Called it first.
You got the first piece last time. Mom, Eddie's not being fair.
I'll flip you for it.
You're on. I call heads.
Okay, you two. Stop. Cease. Desist. Okay, I'm tired and I am hungry. So can we please get down to business and eat some pie?
Come on, everybody. There's whipped cream in the kitchen.
Come on, Eddie. Ah, Eddie, you want to sing Joy to the World? Joy to the world.
I know. Y'all better save me some pie.
Need it all.
Come on, Brianna. They're eating all the pie.